Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about best in slot weapons because there are a bunch of weapons out there and I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, okay Carol, what's the best weapon to use because I can't get a 7-star rarity weapon right off the bat because Kaizaar weapons as well as rugged weapons take a very long time to get. Well, Kaizaar weapons mainly, because rugged weapons are pretty much a myth. They don't really exist unless you get extremely lucky or you spend a lot of money and you whale a lot for one of these. But before we jump into the video, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily. So if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So just like yesterday's video, we are going to be looking over all the different weapon series. Now for the sake of today's video, we will be looking at the katana. However, the stats of all the weapons are exactly the same regardless of what the weapon type is, because they are set into different categories. So at the very beginning, when you are level 1, you will start off with a prim weapon and then very quickly upgrade to a 2-star rarity weapon. However, as you are progressing through the story, you'll actually get the Renaissa Weapon series from Leo Lin. These weapons are extremely powerful and I do recommend sticking with these until you get to Retem and you get an Evolcoat Weapon for free. So again, you will get the Evolcoat Weapon from just completing the story, getting over to Retem. There's going to be a story quest which will tell you to upgrade some stuff and they will give you an Evolcoat Weapon for free. Now once you get your Evolcoat Weapon, you're simply going to stick with this and keep progressing through the story until you hit a roadblock, and then there will be several choices for you to upgrade over here. You can either go with the Greaga weapons, which will drop from rank to combat sectors in the Retem region, or if you have already unlocked the Kaizaar region, you can always go with the Sechetyl weapons over here. However, it does require level 45 in order to equip, but these weapons are very good placeholder. But if you are watching this video as the seasonal event has kicked in, you are simply just going to buy the weapon from the seasonal shop because that weapon is going to be far superior than any other 6-star rarity weapon currently available in the game, and it has a very low level requirement, so you can equip the weapon even at a low level, and then you're just going to stick with that weapon until you can finally make your Kaizaar weapon. Now for all my friends who don't know how to make a Kaizaar weapon, when you finally unlock the Kaizaar region, which is the snow region, you're going to come to town over here and there is an NPC over here called Resso. You're simply going to talk to her, and at the beginning she will not have this shop. She will have 2 quests for you to complete. You want to complete both of these quests and then you will be able to unlock her shop. So this is where you're going to get your 20 Blizzardium every single week, which you actually need 150 of these in order to create your Kaizaar weapon. So we're simply going to scroll right down here and you can see there is a list of different Kaizaar weapons. So we're just going to use the katana for the example again. So you can see that it requires a rocks katana at plus 50. So you do need to enhance your weapon to plus 50. It's going to require 60 icicle cubes, which require you to go to the gorge and fight those ancients. It's going to need 900 icicle orbs, which you can obtain simply by going to combat zones in the Kaizaar region. And last but not least, you also need 150 Blizzardium, where you can get 20 Blizzardium every single week from her shop. However, on top of that, you can get 1 Blizzardium from West Kaizaar every single day. So it's pretty much where my mouse is right now, or where my cursor is. When I zoom in, you're going to see that there is a giant mountain right here. You're simply going to climb up the mountain at the very top. When it is blizzarding or storming, there will be 1 Blizzardium ore that spawns at the very top. Keep in mind that Blizzardium ore does not spawn unless it is storming. You have to go there when it is storming or snowing. That is the only time it actually spawns. If it is a clear day, you will not see the Blizzardium ore. So after you collect all those materials, you'll finally be able to craft your Kaizaar weapon. Now keep in mind, a very important PSA is your augments from your rocks weapons do not carry over to your Kaizaar weapon. So do not augment your rocks weapon. Do not put any expensive augments on it because none of them will carry over to your new weapon, okay? However, I want to remind everyone that 7-star rarity weapons such as the Kaizaar, the rugged, as well as the MK1 weapons, these are luxury items. These are true endgame luxury items. You do not need these weapons. So if farming for 60 icicle cubes, 900 icicle orbs, and 150 Blizzardium does not interest you, and you're like, bro, I don't care about this, I don't care about endgame, I'm just a casual player, I play for fun, and I don't want to deal with all of this crazy farming, then it's perfectly fine to skip the Kaizaar weapons. You do not need these weapons. These weapons are very nice to have, especially if you are doing endgame content. It will allow you to kill the bosses a lot faster and allow you to make more mistakes. However, it is not necessary. You can still do all the endgame content with your seasonal weapons. So those are the 6-star rarity weapons. You just need to play a little bit more perfect and you have less rooms for mistakes. And the reason for this is simply because of raw damage. As we can see here, a 6-star rarity weapon's damage maxes out at 480 damage versus a 7-star rarity weapon which can go up to 676 damage. This is a very big damage difference, and this is by design. You are incentivized to upgrade to the next tier of rarity, especially for the weapons. So keep in mind that if you do heavily invest into a weapon, you will not be using a weapon for a very long period of time. Usually you will be upgrading weapons about every 3 to 4 months. So if you do decide to go really ham on a weapon, just understand that, hey, this weapon's great for now, but I'm only going to get about 3 to 4 months worth of mileage before I need to upgrade to the next weapon, simply because of the raw damage difference between a 6-star rarity weapon and a 7-star rarity weapon. And later down the line, when we get 8-star rarity weapons, it's going to be another jump of 100+ damage, which is a very big deal. So in conclusion, the seasonal weapon is going to be the weapon that you want to go for from the seasonal shop. You simply kill enemies, you earn seasonal points, you buy the weapon right out of the shop. It's fully augmented as well as enhanced, so you're saving a lot of materials there. However, I know it's not available until next week, so if you're watching this video today as it comes out, well, you just have to make do with whatever you have. Just don't heavily invest into any new weapons at the moment, unless it is of course the Kaizaar weapon, because the Kaizaar weapon is a 7-star rarity weapon, which is significantly better than any 6-star rarity weapons, because that is how the game is designed. Once you upgrade to the next tier of weapons, they are significantly stronger than the previous tier. So when you upgrade from a 5-star rarity weapon to a 6-star rarity weapon, that's a huge jump in DPS, and then from a 6-star rarity to a 7-star rarity, that's another huge jump in DPS. So you're always working towards the next tier of rarity for weapons, unlike the armors, where if you're like 1 tier or 2 tiers behind, you're perfectly fine with the armors. But weapons, on the other hand, you always want to chase the best of the best. Now, if you're a casual player, you do not have to go for the 7-star rarity weapons if the Kaizaar weapon is just too troublesome, because they are a luxury item, but it definitely makes your life a lot easier if you are pursuing endgame content if you do have a 7-star rarity weapon. It will give you a lot more breathing room to make mistakes in endgame content, simply because, well, you just deal that much more damage. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!
What can I say except you're welcome?